Welcome to off-season. You have hit your A races, you've achieved what you set out, you've done the long hours, the early mornings, the cold starts, and now what? Here are our tips to navigating an effective off-season. Now, some say that champions are made in the off-season, but there are two common mistakes when it comes to navigating it. One, you either go straight back into it too hard, not taking the proper time to recover, and then you enter the next phase overwhelmed, overtrained, fatigued, unmotivated, and quite possibly injured. And on the other scale, there are people who take the off-season a little bit too literally, with a bit too much of the off. A bit too much relaxing, and it's harder to get back into the swing of things. We're going to give you our top tips to navigating a strong off-season to set you up for a great season ahead. First tip, we're going to be talking about active recovery. So with that, I'm going to grab my shoes and head out on a dog walk. First things first, we need to talk about recovery. We've hit our goals, we've done our race, and now we need to take 2 weeks to let the body reset and recover. Racing is very stressful, so is training for one at high intensity. You don't realise just how much stress is put on the nervous system, the body, and we actually do need to give it time to recover. Now I promise it'll only be a few weeks and you cannot lose form or fitness in just 2 weeks. So I would always recommend doing some active recovery. We don't need to stand still and not do anything. I like to do extra dog walks. I like to do a bit of yoga, a bit of leisurely swimming, things like that. That's not too much stress on the body, but is nice, still feels active, still feels like you're doing something, and you won't go stir crazy with all this extra time on your hands. So I'm out for a dog walk now. My next tip, we are getting in the gym and we are building some strength throughout the off season, ready to take us into a strong race season ahead. Now, using the off season to build strength is a really good time because we can work on those imbalances, work on our weaknesses, and prevent any injuries that we might pick up as the volume starts to increase too. Now, when in the gym, I like to focus on unilateral exercises, which essentially means anything single-legged, because if you think about when we run or when we cycle, we are doing everything single-legged. So it's just important to make sure we are nice and strong in those movement patterns. It's also a really good opportunity to be in the gym to cut back on those extra running or cycling exercise workouts and supplement them with extra gym. We've got more time and it doesn't matter if our legs are slightly more tired because the volume's not there, and it's more important to build a strong foundation at this phase in our training cycle than it is to work on the aerobic fitness. Now, the gym can be quite an intimidating place, especially for us triathletes who know our way around a bike more than we do the gym. But the Humango app is here for us. We just have to click strength session. There is lots of them and it'll tell us exactly what we should be doing in the session. So I like to follow this just to take the pressure off and know that I'm getting a specific workout to me and my goals, and I don't have to worry too much about planning it myself. It is all there for me. One of my next tips for navigating off-season is to just make it a bit more fun and a bit more social. There's not workouts that you absolutely have to hit in this phase, so you may as well make it more enjoyable, use it as a time to catch up with friends, and it doesn't really feel like training that way. So for example, if you're going out for a cycle, maybe it turns into a cafe ride. You hit all your favorite cafe stops, have the best cake, sample the best coffee, and it's more of a social than it is training. Another way to do this is also to use the Humango feature of the tribes. Now with this, you can set up your tribes, invite who you like, and then do any session that you like. So I've invited all my colleagues, we've set up a tribe, we've set up a Super League tribe, and at lunchtimes we're going to do a nice fun session. Get a bit competitive, and it just makes it a bit more social. We can chat to each other, and it doesn't really matter what the workout is. I know it's still helping my fitness, but it's just a bit more enjoyable when you've got people doing it with you, spurring you on, And like I said, it feels like much less of a chore. Another great thing about off season, which you should definitely take advantage of, is not having to be outside when the weather might not be so great. It's pretty cold here right now, it's pretty wet, and because I don't have to be outside working on my bike handling skills, for example, or don't have to hit 5 hours in the saddle, I can do it from the comfort of my own home on the turbo trainer. I can sync my workout straight from the Humango app, straight to Zwift, the platform, and just get on with the session in the warmth and keep nice and dry. I can also do this within my tribe, so we can put the workout on Zwift, invite the tribe, and we can all get through this workout together in the nice warm house. Another great thing about off season is we can use the time to really sit down and plan the seasons ahead. I'm sat down today and I'm really going to have a look at all the different races I could possibly want to work towards and start seeing how training is going to fit around that with the rest of my calendar, such as my social schedule. Now, at the moment, I am still following a training plan through the Humango app. I have hit that I'm doing off-season build up into an Olympic distance race, but it's not too intense. I haven't actually put a specific date in the diary yet, which is what I'm going to do today. I'm going to input which races I decide on, what dates they are into my Humango app, and then it will start to formulate a plan to get me into the top shape for those races. Now, off-season is also the perfect time to be a little bit more flexible. I like to have a plan there. I like to know if I turn it on, I've got a session that I don't really need to think about. But at the same time, this is not the time to be super rigid and super strict and try to squeeze everything in when you don't quite have time. It's time to just sit back and enjoy the extra leeway that we've got before the work really starts. So today, I've hit rest day. I am gonna sit back, enjoy a leisurely lunch, catch up on work, and just take a whole recovery day. Humango takes the stress away because it will rejig the whole plan for the week, factoring in today's rest day to make sure I'm still working towards my goals. So yeah, today I'm just going to sit back, enjoy lunch, and the hard work will start again tomorrow. Hopefully you found this video useful to help navigate a successful off-season ahead of a good year ahead of racing and training. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe to the channel, and if you want more information about the Humango app, hit the links in the description to find out more and sign up for a free trial.